Yo, what it do, wealth champions? Y'all know what time it is, man. It is time for the Cortez Hustle Show. Coming to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all been given a gift, talent, or special ability by your creator. If you haven't figured out how to monetize that thing and turn it into income, that's exactly why I wrote the book, Monetize My Life, 4 incredibly simple ways to turn your passions into profit with little to no startup costs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fire show for you guys today. We've got a very special guest, SirMarkadoo Haggins, is going to come on and talk about economic evangelism. How do we really leverage entrepreneurship to build generational wealth? That's going to be fire. Of course, we've got news every hustler can use. What's going on in the world of Black entrepreneurship. We'll see what's going on with blackenterprise.com. What are their top stories? I'll share those with you. And then if you stick around to the end of the show, we're actually going to talk about digital marketing for entrepreneurs, and not just marketing for you to get brand awareness, but marketing for you to build income, ladies and gentlemen. So do me a huge favor. If you guys are hopping on, go ahead and comment in the chat where you're from. Also, drop the name of your business and or your brand so that we can give you a shout out. Let us know where everybody is tuning from. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, or if you're listening to the download via iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and those different platforms, then make sure that you subscribe to the actual podcast, and then all the other platforms, like the page, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, all of that good stuff. So let me show my quick disclaimer, and then we're going to get ready for news every hustler can use.
The Cortez Hustle Show is a copyrighted production of iHustle Media Group. Any unauthorized use of the video, audio, captions, depictions of this show without express written consent of iHustle Media Group is strictly prohibited. iHustle Media Group, a better way to market.
And now back to the Cortez Hustle Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've got some amazing stuff for you. So as we do always at the top of the show, let's talk about news every hustler can use. I don't know if you guys have been under a rock. I don't know if the game plan that you're seeing play out by wealthy people all over the country is actually resonating with you. And what is that game plan, man? The rich get richer in the middle of crisis, right? While everybody is contracting because of the situation of COVID-19 and coronavirus and all of that stuff, wealthy people have been waiting, stacking their chips for a time such as this so they can expand. Well, I'm glad to say that a lot of African-American entrepreneurs have figured that thing out as well, and they are taking full responsibility and they are taking full advantage of this actual coronavirus pandemic. So let me just share a couple of the, articles from the Black Enterprise magazine. So let me share with you what I saw that got me excited. So you guys know I like to see the top story. So look, Atlanta teen raises $160,000 for Black businesses that was damaged in the protest, right? So even if you don't have the entrepreneurial heart to do business, you can still make a name for yourself as an activist. And this is dope for this young teen to get involved in activism at a young age. That's definitely a story you want to check out. Black-owned marketing firm joins PPE supply chain to fight coronavirus. When we talk about taking advantage of the opportunity and the situation, guys, PPE is hot, and I'm glad to see some other brothers and sisters joining the supply chain to not only help fight the virus, but also to expand and grow their businesses. This is another good one, how this Black-owned delivery service is giving back to restaurants amid COVID-19. How many of you guys even thought about starting a delivery service in your community? We know that there's a lot of small mom and pop restaurants, but not only that, a lot of small mom and pop businesses in general that need packages delivered cross town and things of that nature. So it's not just restaurants, man. Delivery is huge right now, especially with the influx of deliveries that have to be done by FedEx and UPS and USPS. There's a lot of delays in that chain, man. You better learn how to take advantage of the opportunity. Let's see. Here's another one. This young HBCU graduate is buying property in Houston to curb gentrification. Listen, man, I keep telling y'all we can gentrify our own doggone neighborhoods. And guess what? When we do this, the amount of jobs that can be created by us providing our housing. You guys know I've been doing the Black Economic Empowerment Hours on the Friday edition of this show, and we're focusing on providing our 5 basic necessities: food, clothing, shelter, safety, and security. Well, when we provide our own shelter, that creates hundreds of thousands of jobs within our community. Because if this young man is doing what I think he's doing, chances are he's going in and he's buying these properties in these neighborhoods. And that gives him an opportunity to actually hire some of the people within those neighborhoods, right? And as those neighborhoods grow with housing and businesses, then there's other things that are going to be needed in that community. They're going to need restaurants. They're going to need more barbers and beauty supply chains. They're going to need distribution. They're going to need products and services. That's how you build a community. That's how we change the community or the hood back into community. We don't have to wait for government handouts. We don't have to wait for other folks to do what we can do for ourselves. And then if we don't do it, we get mad at other cultures for seeing the value in our neighborhood and coming in and wanting to boot us out. Well, guess what? If we make that initial investment ourselves, we've seen those dilapidated buildings. We've seen those old schools that are closed down and they're a nuisance in our community. Let's pool our resources. Let's take control of those things and let's gentrify our own doggone neighborhood. Here's another one that is really, really hot, man. Here's how these Dream Vacations franchise owners are adjusting to travel and business during Corona. See, a lot of people are pessimistic in nature. And while they were making good money in the travel industry, they didn't understand how to pivot. They didn't understand how to adjust. And when the airlines said, hey, we're on COVID shutdown, we're not booking to capacity. When hotels said, hey, we're not booking to capacity, a lot of people in the travel industry bury their head. If you are in the travel industry, you need to go to blackenterprisemagazine.com and look at this article and see exactly what it is that these people are doing to make the necessary adjustments, man, because that's what entrepreneurship is all about. If you're going to stay afloat as an entrepreneur, you better learn how to pivot. You better learn how to adjust because life is going to continue to throw curveballs. Life is going to continue to hand you lemons, and you need to learn quickly how to make lemonade. Last but not least, this black woman creates Juneteenth Shop Black virtual experience that generated over $1 million in sales. One of the things that seems that really troubles me about our Buy Black experience is because of our social conditioning, most times we want to create our Black businesses, we want to open our establishments, but we don't want to open those establishments where other Black businesses are. We think still competition and not collaboration. Let me help you understand something. Everywhere you go and see a McDonald's franchise, within a few blocks, don't you also always see either a Burger King, a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box? Why? It's not because they're thinking competition. They're saying, hey, if McDonald's put a franchise right here, McDonald's has already done the research and says a lot of people need fast food right here. And if I put my Jack in the Box next to McDonald's, even though we sell similar items, I'm going to get some business. Everywhere you go and you see a Popeye chicken, within a stone's throw, do you not also see a Church's chicken, a Lee's chicken, a gas station selling chicken, right? Why? Because the research has already been done and says, hey, there's enough people who like chicken as a meal substitute from cooking at home that we can all make money. But when it comes to us and our business, we don't understand business fully. So we say there is a salon right here. So I'm going to put my salon all the way on the other side of the city. And you know what that does? That does not create harmony. You got to remember that people shop based on convenience, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say it one more time so you get it. People shop based on convenience. So if you want to make it easy for people to shop with you, and I don't know what the heck just happened while my screen is like. All right, let me see if I can get us back on. There we go. I think I sat idle a little too long. So if you want people to shop with you, you have to make it easy for people to shop with you, right? That's just the bottom line, y'all. Right? When you create a business district, then it becomes easier for me to come to a specific area. So my brother SirMarkadoo is going to come on and he's going to talk about this. But imagine this. If I went to a particular area and there was nothing but our businesses, I went to a black-owned grocery store, and then next door to the black-owned grocery store, there was a black-owned cleaner. Next door to the black-owned cleaners, there was a black-owned tire shop. Next to the black-owned tire shop, there was a black bakery and a few black restaurants. That's called a business district. So when we jump into, or when I go on one side of town to spend my money, I don't have to bounce all over town to find black-owned establishments, ladies and gentlemen. That's what makes it easy for us to shop. And I'm not saying that I won't go out of my way to spend money with a black business, but it's sometimes when I walk out of my house and I want gas, and my gas station is literally 2 blocks down the road, and if I'm on E, I can't drive all the way into the city of St. Louis and find a 1 or 2 black-owned gas stations because I'm gonna run out of gas before I get there, right? But when you understand the power of leveraging one another's popularity and leveraging each other's business and sharing resources, you create business districts. So when I come into a black-owned business district, everything I need is right there. When you go into other communities, they have strip malls and they have store after store after store. Everything that you need is one central location because they understand the power of people shopping by convenience. We got to learn that lesson, y'all, and stop with the I can't do business next door to my brother or my sister, because that's not going to work for us in the long term. So really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break. And then we are going to bring to you, some of you guys know this brother, very, very powerful entrepreneur and social activist. And I think you're really, really, really going to love what he brings to the table in terms of his thought process and the ideas and the things he's already executing. And he's even going to lay out a plan for you to partner with him. So I'm going to bring SirMarkadoo to you guys in a second, but keep it locked right here. After this quick break, you're going to hear from my good brother, SirMarkadoo.
What if a product existed that allowed you to lose weight while you got the best sleep of your life? An all-natural supplement comprised of herbs, extracts, prebiotics, probiotics, and enzymes that work naturally with your body to reduce stress, invoke a relaxed state of mind and body, while simultaneously accelerating digestion and metabolism, resulting in a great night's sleep as you burn calories. The result is you sleep better and you wake up lighter than you went to bed. A world leader in nutritional products, Be Epic, introduces Accelerate, a special 2-capsule combination you take just before bedtime. One prepares your mind and body for a deeper night's sleep, while the other gently works with your body's chemistry to accelerate digestion, flush toxins, increase metabolism, and result in a lighter, leaner you every morning. Discover for yourself the life-changing benefits of this amazing supplement. Order your pack of Accelerate capsules today, backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Manage your body and mind naturally with Accelerate. Visit the website shown below or contact the person who sent you this video.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cortez Hustle Show. It gives me a great deal of pleasure. I'm honored to have this brother on the show. I've been watching him from afar for a good minute. We're both part of the Black Billionaires Club, led by Mr. Evan Jefferson. And really, the whole goal is to share resources, ideas, and leverage one another's best gifts and talents. And when I'm talking gifts and talents, this brother brings a multitude of them to the actual equation. So without further ado, let me present to some and introduce to others, Mr. SirMarkadoo, my brother, my brother, my brother. How's it going this morning?
Yeah, I just want to get the crowd going before I take it easy, everybody.
So really quickly, man, tell everybody who SirMarkadoo is, man.
Well, I am a life accelerated when it comes to business. I grew up in the inner city of Boston. I've been always dealing around entrepreneur after around the age of 8, 9, 10-ish. And then 10, I just went ballistic, and I understood the system of receiving and blessing, product and demand. I understood it. But, coming from the inner city, I realized that I have a lot to offer the world, I mean, I was so secluded in that little world, but as I began to grow, I started to really use some systems that really worked for me, and, and it worked for others. And then I eventually, I was an athlete, played a little basketball, I went on to college and went to a junior college and completed that. And then I ended up, really believe it or not, I ended up on substance abuse, drugs, and I got past that. And after those years, I mean, I went right into business. I started a business with $96, and then turned it into a 10,000 square foot warehouse. I'm a father of 3. I just met my daughter a little over a year ago, as some people know. I didn't know she existed, and I have 2 sons, and I have 3 granddaughters. Also an author, and I'm just a God-fearing, God-loving man, that loves the community. I love all God's people, but I have a love affair with Black people.
Gotcha. And you coined that term, economic evangelism, and you wrote a book about it. So talk about what economic evangelism is and what it looks like.
I realized that being from that space of loving God and loving God's people, and I knew what evangelism was, to go out and seek and help and nurture people. But I never seen an economic evangelist.
Okay.
And it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. It was like, start that push and I did. It became a campaign, and now it become a movement, and I realized that there's a lot of things that we really don't know, even on a grassroots level. So this was put together, inspired to bridge the gap between the church, the business community, and grassroots economics. Something that never been done in the history of mankind.
Right.
Never been done, where the church utilized their business people in their church. And those business people in the church actually live in the community as well.
Gotcha.
So that's how that came about, a bold new movement for financial improvement.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. And you said something, a mouthful there. You said leveraging the church as an institution first, but I think a lot of churches don't realize that within that institution, there are a lot of entrepreneurs that can help the church from a financial and economic standpoint, and then help other individuals within the church, and in particular the babies, man, within those churches. I don't see why every church doesn't have, just like they have Sunday school for the little ones, they should have Sunday school entrepreneurship and economics for the little ones as well. Because once we get our spiritual health right, once we truly commit to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior, our place in heaven is cemented.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you did it like I did at 8 years old, I still have to live on this earth, especially in America. And America is a capitalistic society, and nobody seems to want to teach money. You said you took a $90-something investment, and now you parlayed that into a 10,000 square foot warehouse, brother. How did that take place? Walk us through that.
Okay, I was obviously, like I said, I was on drugs, a crackhead, and I decided to quit through the grace of Almighty God. You know, he held me by the hand, and 9 months later, I started this business with 24 religious T-shirts. And I don't know why God told, and I don't care. He said, "Get you some religious T-shirts." I basically knew it probably was because we was in a Bible Belt, and so those religious T-shirts, I went right like this. Right like this. And what happened? I started to sell right from the beginning. I had 24 T-shirts, so when I used to go out in the corner of, if somebody knows, McAfee and Cannon Road, right here in Decatur, Georgia. I was that guy that was on the corner screaming at cars, "Get your T-shirts here, get your T-shirts here." And I when they come by and get a T-shirt, they say, "How much that T-shirt?" I said, $10. And the first T-shirt was "Thank You, Jesus" was on it. That was the first one, in big letters, just on the shirt. And they were buying them up, and as they were buying, I said, "Well, they're $10, but if you buy a dozen, they're $60 a dozen." So I already had $4 tied up in the shirt.
Right.
I was making $1 profit off each shirt. You know, wholesale. So so that dynamics of understanding wholesale distribution, that 2 dozen turned into the 3 dozen. That 3 dozen turned into 5 dozen. That 5 dozen turned into 7 dozen. That 7 dozen turned into 14 dozen. Before you know, I didn't even have a car back then.
Wow.
I didn't even have a car, and just building. You know, I would get a ride over there to the printer shop, get my T-shirts, bring them back to my aunt's house, because I didn't have nowhere. When I moved here, I moved in with my aunt and my uncle, so I didn't even have my own place. But I didn't have a vehicle. But as I began to build, I realized that now I'm able to do some of the things I never was able to do. I was working at a job, and what happened is that I told them, "If you don't hire me full time, then I quit." And I guess they didn't believe me. I said, "I'll give you a 30-day notice." I gave them a 30-day notice, and after 30 days, I quit, and then went right into being an entrepreneur. You know, went back to my roots. I said, "God, what do you want me to do now that I'm free from these drugs? What do you want me to do?" He said, "Do what I taught you. I taught you how to sell. and I've been selling since I was 10 years old. I went right back to what I know now. And now I went from a store to a warehouse to a bigger warehouse. So, and now I'm ready, at some point to even make it bigger.
Gotcha. And we're going to talk about distribution and the importance of that in our community here in a second. But I want you guys to hear humility. I want you guys to hear not being afraid or embarrassed to start small. And now he's got a 10,000 square foot warehouse. Talk a little bit about the mindset and why do you think so many people are fearful of humble beginnings? Most people want to start with that 10,000 square foot warehouse instead of, hey, I got a dozen shirts. I'm gonna sell them one at a time, and I'm gonna sell them by the bundle, then I'm gonna sell them by the what's going on, and especially Black people's mind that says we can't start from humble beginnings.
Well, I ain't gonna say funny. The most beautiful part is I realized that I start where I was. I knew but the crazy part, my aunt was when I quit the job, she couldn't believe I quit. She didn't know I quit at first because I was getting up in the mornings doing the same thing. But one kind of particular days, I was being a little longer than usually. Normal, I'm out the house.
Yeah.
She said, what are you doing here? I said, I got started my own business. I said, one day I'm going to have me a warehouse and I'm going to be shipping all over the world. And see, oh, that's nice, baby. That's nice. So the thing is, start where you are. Everything starts with the mind. I mean, listen, I don't have anything proprietary. What's happening with people in that mindset, Cortez, is that you would, and I'm well aware of it because I was in business and my siblings was not. Okay, so, and they wouldn't even get in business with me as I was flourishing. They didn't even take hold, and I used to beat myself up and say, why, God, why that my family, why is my best friends, why are they not jumping on board? And the more I did it, the more I asked, the more I operated in, let me get this for the community. I was building up the community because this is a community business, right?
Right. I
realized, and that's how I had to even help Evan with this, is that it's a natural phenomenon. You cannot beat a natural phenomenon. So what is that natural phenomenon? We come from way down here. You see what they did with Black Wall Street. You see what they did with Greenwood. You see what they did with a lot of what we come from so far back. The slavery mindset, right? And it's real. And it's real. If your parents didn't really do business or anything like that, most likely you wasn't going to do business.
Right.
So some of this is generational. So it's taught to us through schools. We're taught to work hard in school, learn hard, and get you a good job. And this is how we set you up to work for these jobs. And that's what happens. Some people get so ingrained with their job that it's inconceivable.
Right.
Inconceivable that they never thought about starting and creating a business. Yeah. But because the world has changed so much with technology, it's so much easier to do it. But let's deal with the natural phenomenon. Because of the history of what who you are, where you come from, the numbers are still the same. It's only about 1% to 2% of the world's population. So don't take it personal that you're Black.
Right.
This is in every nationality across the board. Koreans, Arabs, Jews, you name it. It's only 1 to 2%. You average it out across the world or around the globe. You fit in that one. There's only people like me that's fit in the 1 to 2%. I mean, I went straight out of crack cocaine and heroin and liquor to this. I was molested at 8 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, my mind was tore up from the floor up.
Yeah.
I had to fight those demons.
That is huge, man. And I call it, you touch on a few things. The training that we get from our school system says, do not, it's funny, they say entrepreneurship is risky, right? They'll tell us that in school, get a job because you could lose your shirt if you start your own business, but realize you have to go ask an entrepreneur for a job.
Yeah.
They the ones who creating the job.
They started like me. A lot of them started like we did.
Yeah. So, and in addition to that, there's another phenomenon that you touched on when we look at Black Wall Street, when we look at some of the successful people, even Bill Cosby, how they ultimately get brought down. That creates something that I call Blackrophobia, right? Yeah. See, acrophobia is your innate fear of heights, right? And I say that Black people have something called Blackrophobia, where we have an innate fear of ascending to new heights. See, we self-sabotage more than any other people on the planet. And there is, like you said, something in our DNA that says, if I become too successful, I could find myself hanging from a tree. So I don't really want to pursue success. If I build something too great, they're going to come and burn it down like they did Black Wall Street. So we have psychologically been placed in this situation where we have come to accept mediocrity as the best and the most we can offer. But I'm so glad, brother, that you did not stop there. What was it like to have the backing of your aunt and your uncle when you quit your job and said full-time entrepreneurship versus, because I know some people don't have that support, man, so you did, but speak to what that was like for you, but also encourage those who may not have that support, man, and why they got to move forward anyway.
That's amazing because you said support, and I got to make it factual. I didn't get really no support from them. The only thing I got from them was I had a place to stay.
Okay.
And, I had in my mind, I had to go get it, right? Mm-hmm. And I had to realize that I could do it. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that. The support I had, and this is what I want all you even imagine or envisioning having your own business. It's the community and it's the customer that supports you. Mm-hmm. They believe it. They back you. They're the ones that say, I like what you have. I want what you got. And I want to purchase that. That's where your backing comes from. This is why it's so very important to educate your youth, your children, and your grandchildren. Mm-hmm. Because once they get a taste of it, if they understand that money, when they feel that money and they see what that money, they actually see, because I always tell parents, always give them something that they have to be responsible for. Mm-hmm. Their cell phone, whatever part of the bill over here, so they can show some responsibility because they'll appreciate it later.
Right. Yeah.
This is the deal. If we give our children access and exposure, that's what happened to me. Mm-hmm. I gave myself access and exposure, and I gave my children access and exposure, and I gave my grandchildren access and exposure. My granddaughter is talking about being rich, and she's already talking about having businesses. Mm-hmm. So it's me as the grandfather, I can nurture her better than I nurtured my children.
Right. They're already got that mindset.
Grandpa. And they see how grandpa, I'm different than their parent. Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to be different than their parent. Right. And so grandpa is the one that's instilling in them that this is now generational wealth building. This is not just for myself. And understand generational wealth. If you want to have generational wealth, you have to have it yourself first. Mm-hmm. There's no such thing as generational wealth if you don't start with yourself.
Yeah, I tell people a lot of times, I talk about the power in having a home-based business. And I'm from a family, and my mom always told me I was going to be an entrepreneur since I was very young. And she couldn't even say the word. She would say entrepreneur. And I was like, what's that? And eventually I got it, and I started hustling like you at a young age, man. But ultimately, we have to think about when our parents had been saying, you don't want to work for anybody, you want to have your own business. But then as kids are saying, you're saying that, but mom, you don't have your own business. Dad, you don't have your own business. Why don't you start your own business? And now the conflict comes in. Well, I'm too old, I'm too this. And what we don't realize we do to our children is we give them the excuses that they're going to use. Well, if you're too old, then I'm too young. If it's too hard for you to do, then it's too hard for me to do. But if mom, dad started any kind of business and even failed at it, you stand a better chance of instilling entrepreneurial principles in your children. And I believe that's why the good book talks about a good man leaving an inheritance, not for his kids, but for his kids. So to the grandbabies, because like you, as you were raising your kids, you were going through stuff yourself and you weren't this great entrepreneur. But now that you are, you got the grandbabies there. So
that's where my focus is. Go ahead.
That's where the focus is. So now talk about some of the other things that you transitioned into, because one of the things that I'm seeing that we're struggling with in this whole buy black movement is, yes, we can buy black from a retail standpoint, but then our black retailers have to go and spend money with other cultures to restock. So therefore, the amount money is only bouncing one time. But you have created a wholesale situation. So now it's, okay, you can retail. So I can take my black dollar as a customer, spend it with a black retailer. Now that black retailer don't have to go to another culture to restock their shelves. They can come to a brother like you as the wholesaler. So talk about the importance of us continue to move up that chain so the dollar bounces more than one time in our community.
It's very important. You said it very elegantly. The system of what I've done of wholesaling. This is 50 pieces of KN95s. 50 of them.
Okay.
Now I sell this wholesale to my community, the people in my community, right? So they're able to not only buy it for themselves, but now they can support their neighbor, or their co-worker. Hey, I got some masks. Oh, you got them. Now that prevents them from going down. We're not. The thing is not trying to put these other Asian persuasion or white. We're not. My biggest thing is not trying to put them out of business. It's just trying to just circle, like you said, just to be able to circulate those dollars a little bit more. The thing that we need in our community is more wholesalers, more master distributors. I'm a master distributor. I sell down to a wholesaler. Wholesaler retails it or wholesales it. It's a phenomenal system that now your children, there's things that your children, your grandchildren are going to want to sell. They're going to want to sell oil. There's no doubt about that. This is something they're going to want to do. Air freshener. This is something they're going to want to do. This is something, especially if they're teenagers. This is something that they can put their mind to. Not only that, if you decided that you wanted to buy direct from us instead of buying it from Amazon, not only you can now resell also and make. What if you made $1 profit for every one of these bottles that you sold? This is where we're going. This is the way of the world right now. It's affiliation marketing. You know, Amazon does it. Walmart don't carry everything. You go to Walmart, click on something, guess what? It's being shipped from another warehouse right to your door, and they get a portion of that. That's the mindset that we need to have. Now, watch this. With just 1 degree, not even that, 0 degrees away from getting with Heavenly Body Products, where you get 5% commission of every item that you put somebody. We're going to replicate the site with your domain name on it, so that now people going to a Heavenly Body Product, but they're going through your site. They're buying it, and you're not even handling no product.
Wow. Wow.
And them products are being shipped right to the customer, and you get a commission every time they buy.
Yeah, that's huge, man. And you said something that I've been advocating for a while. We got to work together. So I look at my brothers and sisters who are in the hair care industry. I look at all of my barbers. I look at all of my beauticians and my stylists, and I'm saying, okay, how much longer are you guys going to continue to go to the Asian beauty supply store to get your neck strips and your alcohols and your sprays and all that stuff? When will 5 or 6 of y'all come together and say, hey, we're going to create the Black Hairstylist Emporium, so that all barbers now, like you, they become master distributors, but in their industry, in their lane. They don't have to distribute everything, but there's 10, 12, 15 core products that every stylist, every salon owner needs. Why haven't 5 or 6 of them come together and say, hey, all of y'all come and get that stuff here, and y'all take it back to y'all respective places?
I'm going to tell you why.
Give it to me.
Because we need to be educated.
Okay.
It's just like this product here. I'm just educating the consumer that they got an option. And somebody's got to lead. We still, because you say, why don't we do it? Because we don't know how to do it.
Okay.
If somebody walked in like you and said, hey, I'm having an event down here this weekend with the core products that you all buy anyway, and then you all can now learn to buy from yourself and get it at a better price.
Right.
And now they have somebody that's coming into their market and saying, let me help you. That's what Evan Jefferson did for us in the Black Billionaires Club.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Same thing. He said, let me show you how it's done. Now, the ones that take heed to it, they're the ones that win. Now, some people are slowly getting it. Some people may never get it.
Right, right.
But I want the access and the exposure and the know-how. We need your brain, your mind to set it up. You set it up, it's done.
Yeah, because if you think about it, man, we some of the chicken eatingest people on this planet, but we do very little chicken farming. There's not a wholesale master distributor of chicken wings, and
they put us out of business a long time ago.
Yep.
Long time ago. That was designed that way.
Yeah. No, and those are the things that the internet will allow us to bring back, because now you don't need so much to go into business and as we've done. So guys, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to come back, and brother SirMarkadoo is going to talk to you guys about how you can get your hands on some of his products, some of his most popular products, and how you can get paid to even help distribute some of those products, not just in your local communities, but internationally, guys. This is a global economy. It's not a local economy anymore. That's what the internet has brought to us. So you guys keep it locked right here, and we're going to share with you how you can start a global business with brother SirMarkadoo. So keep it locked right here.
Feeling sluggish, unfocused, grumpy, and exhausted? A world leader in nutritional products, Be Epic introduces a cutting-edge performance product, Elevate, featuring the world's most pure herbal, whole food, and medicinal mushroom extracts. This proprietary formula gives your mind and body a boost of energy, endurance, enhanced feeling of well-being, and natural healing power. The days of sugar and caffeine are over. The world is moving back to nature's natural remedies, and the research scientists behind the formulation of Be Epic's Elevate have combined synthesized modern extract technology with ancient medicinal secrets, giving your mind and body the ability to perform at levels higher than ever. Energy, vitality, and overall health, helping prevent weight gain, sleep deprivation, inflammation, and chronic illness. Discover for yourself the life-changing benefits of this powerful elixir of energy, vitality, and overall health. Order your pack of Elevate capsules today, backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Boost your body and mind naturally with Elevate. Visit the website shown below or contact the person who sent you this video.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cortez Hustle Show. I have my brother, SirMarkadoo Haggins, on, and he is dropping jewel after jewel after jewel. But it wouldn't be like Cortez Hustle if I didn't find a way to help put some money in your pocket. And that's what we do. We talked a little bit about affiliate marketing, and in my book, Monetize My Life, I talk about taking a gift, talent, special ability, experience, or expertise that you have and turning it into an income stream. But with affiliate marketing, you can even turn your passions and the everyday things that you do into an income stream. And I'll give you an example, right? I've got some Jay-Z labeled oils that I got from somebody who gets their oils from you, right? And I put that oil on my neck and I go out. And before, if I had an expensive cologne on and someone said, hey, brother, that smells good, man, where'd you get that from? I would say, you know, Macy's. I would say Amazon. I would say, you know, Target, Walmart, wherever it came from. And in that small act, I'm actually creating commerce, but I'm not creating commerce for myself. Now, we fast forward and we understand what affiliate marketing is. Now the conversation goes a little bit different. Brother, that smells good. I like that. Where you get that from? Hey, give me your number real quick. I'm gonna text you a link to where you can go get it. Now, when I text them the link and they click on the link and they go get it, that link is direct to me. And when they purchase it, now I get a small commission for having the same conversation I've been having all my life, referring tons and tons and tons of dollars to other establishments. But now I can take the very things that I do, right? This shirt I got on, it's a branded shirt, just like your shirt is branded. Hey, brother, where did you get that from? Hey, give me your number, man. I'm gonna text you a link to this marketing guru that I'm connected with, and he can get your shirts done for you. Boom. If I'm an affiliate with that guru, then I get a small commission. And who knows? I don't have to do that and go out of my way to do that. That's just something that happens naturally, but I'm always prepared. Talk about your affiliate program, how they can do it with no hands-on, but then if they want to wholesale and just buy a boatload of products from you at a discount and create their own wholesale and distribution network, how do you make that easy for people?
Okay, that's easy. I would just want to add, you know, we heard this term, multiple streams of income, since we were babies, since we were kids. And to understand multiple streams of income is a whole nother thing. The other thing we heard when we was kids is make money while you sleep. And this is how this thing is done. This is how multiple streams of income work, and this is how you make money in your sleep. And if you're working on your dreams, you're still asleep. Work on your visions. And so the vision of my vision for my community which I live in, it expanded to the global community. And that's what the internet has done for me, right? Because we had internet when I was 10, 11, 12 years old growing up, and know what I know now. Oh man, that's all I gotta say. So the thing, and one other little thing I want to is the direct marketing, is which you can go on my websites and go ahead, which is chronickiller.com, which is really packages.chronickiller.org. There you go, and where you see the flyer right there on the down below with all the prices on it. Just click on that. That'll take you right over to the site. You can buy wholesale, be a distributor and a master distributor in your community. Okay, but with the Chronic Killer right here with just the logo in there, that's where the affiliate. This thing is not 1,000, 100,000% set up, but it's going to be within the next 2 days. That thing is going to be on steroids. But there's plenty of people that signed up already because Evangelism mastered this kind of stuff.
Man. Yeah, he's a master affiliate.
Yes. So his whole goal was to set up the affiliate program really to help this company. I never met nobody, and I'm not just saying this because I'm very close with him. I never met nobody like him that really wants to see black business win. I never seen it like that before. Not like that. I knew I wanted to be. That's why I get many people to come in and buy my products and then go out and resell. I mean, that's been my thing since the beginning. I've been selling wholesale since I was a little boy, because that's a kind of like affiliate market. I was selling candy as a little boy. We used to buy bags of penny candy, but by the pound it was a little cheaper, right? So I used to sell 5 cents for a piece of candy, but if you buy 10 pieces, I give it to you for 3 cents a piece.
Right.
So I had a lot of coins in my pocket there. Especially the girls, because the women, I want to thank you for support. But this affiliate, I don't know if we have the link yet set up, but just stick with me with that. The Chronic Killer I'm going to put on both sites the affiliate, but affiliate right now is going to be on the retail side. I'm not even doing an affiliate on the wholesale side because I sell that stuff so inexpensive. It's hard to give up. I can't give up 20%.
Right. and sell it wholesale.
It's amazing. But just please watch out, Cortez. What I think I may do is be able to, be somewhat of a sponsor with your show.
Yeah.
So when I really release the whole thing with the Heavenly Body products, that's going to be huge. It's going to be less percentage. You're getting 20% commission off the retail side. The way I got set up, you can buy 12 of them, 12 Chronic Killers. You can buy all 12, and it's $5 a piece. It's the retail price, but they get free shipping.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like going to the store, buy one anything for $4.99, but you ain't got to go to the store no more.
Right. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So we've got SirMarkadoo.com is the website. Everything you guys can jump off from there. I put the link in the comments so you guys can get your actual affiliate account set up if you want to become an affiliate and buy your products and make a few dollars yourself. And then, of course, you can go to SirMarkadoo.com to learn all about his wholesaling and his mass distribution. If you're already an entrepreneur, you've got a storefront, you got a booth at a flea market, you've got influence, and you want to set up an e-commerce store, man.
Go right on Heavenly Body Product. It's right the first button. It says start your own e-commerce store.
Gotcha. So last words, brother SirMarkadoo, what do you want to leave the folks with? And then after this, we'll talk about digital marketing for making income as well.
Well, it's so much to leave with you guys. I just want to make sure you understand that it's our youth and young adults. Our legacy is tied into our kids. And it's every generation is tied. The one thing that we have, a lot of things that we have taught our children: civil rights movement, equal rights movement, Black Lives Matter movement. The one thing we never did was an economic evangelism movement. Yeah. Where we as a people get together with our youth and young adults. Listen, I'll be honest, this is how I feel, Cortez. I believe it's getting better. I really do. How do I know that? Because of all the people that I put in business. If you know somebody that really want to get into business, you gotta give them access and exposure. That's the biggest thing. And so we are getting better at what we're doing. Access and exposure. Let's continue to look at our youth and young adults. Really take a micro look at it and say, you know what? That man is right. We have to create our own destiny. It's the only thing that we got left is economics. We've done it all.
That's it.
And the only thing that makes sense is dollars. That's the only thing.
Love it.
The only thing that makes sense is dollars, Cortez. The only thing. But we got all these tools that we can use to do what we got to do. If you're going to do it with enthusiasm. I hope that God blesses every breath and every step you take. Stay in peace, not in pieces. And understand peace, love, and community service. And remember, when you master community service, you will master customer service.
Awesome. Love it, brother. He's SirMarkadoo on all social media platforms. Follow the brother, get connected with him, spend some money with the brother, learn how you can connect other retailers and distributors with the brother, and let's blow him up, and then he'll teach others to become master distributors. So on the other side of this break, we're going to talk about creating and using digital marketing to grow your business. Keep it locked right here.
The Cortez Hustle Show is a copyrighted production of iHustle Media Group. Any unauthorized use of the video, audio, captions, depictions of this show without express written consent of iHustle Media Group is strictly prohibited. iHustle Media Group, a better way to market.
And now back to the Cortez Hustle Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor. It is a great honor and privilege to bring to you guys somebody like SirMarkadoo. And I just want to end the show with a couple tips, man, from a digital marketing standpoint, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are missing this wave when it comes to opportunities that are all around us. And if you guys only knew how simple it is to set up a podcast like this, if you guys knew how inexpensive it was for you to create a platform to not only get your voice heard, but to get the voices of other people's heard, like a SirMarkadoo, like an Evan Jefferson we had on last week, like a Lisa Santiago McNeil from a couple weeks ago. And guys, if you ever want to see anything that you missed on the Cortez Hustle Show, all you got to do is go to thecortezhustleshow.com and you can check out all of our past episodes. But this digital marketing age that we are in is simple, guys. It takes you to be committed to your brand and or your business. And all we say when we say digital marketing, that is use the platforms to reach people where they are. And guess where everybody is, ladies and gentlemen? They are on their cell phones. And you have ability to connect with them on all of these various apps. You can get in somebody's cell phone with a Facebook Live like what I'm doing right now. Guess what? I'm also on YouTube right now at this very minute. I'm also on Periscope right now at this very minute. The recorded audio of this show is going to be on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcasting platforms. So this message is getting out there. And guess what? I did not have to go and ask somebody for permission to create a platform where my voice can be heard. See, some of you guys have some amazing messages, right? And you're waiting for somebody at some big corporation to give you permission to use your voice on their platform. It doesn't take that, man. We have the ability to go direct to consumer with everything that we do, right? If you are an entertainer, you guys seeing what our DJs are doing in the community. They do a Facebook Live, they jam a party, and they throw up their Cash App. Right? Clubs are closed. They can't go to a club and make the money like they normally do. What did they do? They made a pivot and they used digital marketing. And guess what? When clubs open back up, because of the way they jammed on Facebook and some of these platforms, they're going to be even more high demand because they exploded their brand during this time with digital marketing. We communicate in 4 major ways, and you cannot tell me that one of these ways will not make sense for you to communicate. We communicate via the written word. Some of you guys are amazingly talented at writing. I am not. That's why I do video, because I can talk better than I can write, right? Some of you guys are amazing, have amazing voices, but maybe you don't like the way you look. You have some sort of complex that's causing you to say, hey, I don't want to be on video, but I have a voice. Well, that's where podcasting comes in. Use your voice without your picture, right? A regular podcast is audio only. Some of you guys have amazing voices, and your ability to communicate and connect with other people via the spoken word is your gift. But you're afraid. And some of you guys aren't afraid, but you're waiting on someone else to give you a platform. We also communicate via images, right? Some of you guys can tell amazing stories with pictures. That's why Instagram and Snapchat actually exist, right? Because you can tell a story with images. Amazing, amazing, amazing opportunities for you guys to do that, right? So we've got audio, we've got written word, we've got images, and then my favorite of them all, we've got video, right? Why do I love video so much? Because from video, I can create all of these other mediums. This video right here, if I did something like this, hey, now when I go back and edit this video, I can create a still picture from that and put it on Instagram. I can also take the audio of this, like I'm going to do, and put it on the podcast. But some of you guys are saying, well, Cortez, you said you don't write that well. I don't. However, I can use a service like Timmy.com, Rev.com, and have them transcribe this entire show, including the interview with SirMarkadoo. And then I can send that to a copywriter and say, hey, I don't write that well, but can you clean this up for me? Now that becomes a PDF document. That becomes a chapter in a book. That becomes an article on a blog post, right? So I took a video, and it's as it is as a video, but then I turned the audio from the video into the written word. I took still images from the video and created imagery, right? And then I can take the audio and use that as a podcast. So audio, video is my favorite way of communicating because you can do so much with video. Now, you can do all of that with the other platforms in reverse. So if you're a great writer, you can write and then you can give it to somebody else to turn it into a video. You can give it to somebody else and they can read it and it becomes an audio, like an audio book, right? You can give it to an artist and say, hey, read this. Now come up with some visual images that speak to you, that come to your mind after you read this. And now you got some image. Come on, y'all. We have direct to consumer access to millions of people every day at the drop of a dime. All you got to do is commit to your message and commit to getting that message out, and the sky is the limit, my friend. So with that, I'm your boy, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor. Until I talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.